3 weeks before the bank took Dana Whitfield's house, Marcus Voss cut a brass key for her door. Key 32, polished before she'd missed a payment. It's all in the file, friends. I keep the file. Here's how it got heavy. Every Friday, Voss polished the keys on his wall. 31. One family per key, foreclosed in his own careful hand. Coworkers called him the closer. The archive had another name for him. Dana Whitfield, 54, ran Sam's Diner, the last thing in Millbrook, Georgia, carrying her husband's name. Sam built their house himself. Cancer took him in 14 months and left the file open. $90,000 in bills. Grief keeps receipts too. Sam had 3 rules for paperwork, like a prayer. Read every line twice. Sign every page. Keep your copy where nobody thinks to look. Remember that 3rd rule. Dana rolled her eyes. The archive would need it. The bills ate her savings, then her sleep. When First Meridian mailed a hardship refinance stamped, "You're pre-approved, Dana," it felt like a rope to a drowning woman. Nobody says who holds the other end. Voss wore charcoal and a smile that stopped south of his eyes. "I read your file. Meatloaf Tuesdays, 1 daughter at the University of Georgia." He clicked his silver pen. Twice. He'd already read her to the end. His wall held a pegboard of brass keys, each tagged by hand. "Homes I've helped," he said. At the row's end, 1 empty hook, freshly mounted. Dana told herself it meant nothing. You'd have told yourself the same. 22 pages. Dana read every line twice. Voss watched, amused. Page 9, Clause 14C. 1 payment late by a day, and the whole $178,000 comes due. A house, friends, on a technicality. A trap door in a font you'd skim. Standard boilerplate, Voss purred. No one's ever triggered it. Click, click. Dana signed and initialed every page, Sam's 2nd rule. Voss watched and said nothing. He'd chosen which page wouldn't survive the night. For 5 months, life held. The payment was $1,410 a month, nearly all the diner cleared. Brutal, but possible if she skipped her own birthday. Autopay handled the dates. Machines keep better records than men. Voss started coming to the diner. Every Tuesday, 2 o'clock. Black coffee he never drank. 1 hour watching her register. When Dana asked why, he smiled. "Checking on my investments." In March, a gray envelope came, no return address. Payments now route to a new processing center, dated the 1st, postmarked the 9th. You'd have filed it and moved on. So did she. Her autopay hit the old address, 1 day late. 4 days later, the certified letter. Notice of default, Clause 14C invoked. $176,000 due in 30 days, or the bank takes the house Sam built. 1 day late. 1. The file says default. I say a door held open 6 years. At the bank, the teller wouldn't meet her eyes. Hardship cases go to Mr. Voss. He handles those, personally. From behind the glass, faint but unmistakable, a case being opened. Click, click. Voss spread his hands like a man sorry for the weather. Sign a deed in lieu. Walk away with dignity. Behind him, the empty hook waited. Grant Voss this. He never mislaid a key. A neat man, even while robbing you blind. Dana said no. That night, her phone rang at 9:02. Silence, then a hang-up. It rang at 9:02 the next night, and the next. 9 straight. Never a word. Some men don't threaten. They tell you you're on a schedule. During a Thursday dinner rush, someone let themselves in. No broken window, nothing missing but order. Sam's desk rifled, drawers eased shut wrong. A stranger's cologne in the hall. He'd signed the room without a name. The folder marked mortgage was empty. Her copy of the loan, gone. A lawyer wanted a $10,000 retainer, gave the truth free. Without originals, it's your word against theirs. Theirs is on paper. Take a man's records and you write his story. Auction in 21 days. Dana packed Sam's house into boxes and learned despair is quiet. Emily offered to quit school. Dana lied, said it was handled. She sat alone in a kitchen that wasn't hers. The file was closing on her. 12 days before the auction, she cleared the diner's back shelf and stopped. Sam's dented toolbox under the counter he'd built. The 3rd rule. Keep your copy where nobody thinks to look. Her hands shook before the latch gave. Inside, the signed loan, every page initialed in her hand. She laid it beside the bank's paperwork. Page 9 was different, retyped. colder. No initials at all. The archive kept the true page. Her original Clause 14C allowed 15 days to cure a late payment. She never got them. Voss swapped the page after she signed. Sam saved everything. The toolbox held the gray envelope, impossible postmark and all. 2 records, 1 lie. Harold Bream ate meatloaf at her counter every Thursday. Retired, quiet, and, Dana now learned, a former banking examiner. He read her papers twice, the way Sam taught. This man has a system. Systems leave records. 9 days of digging. 31 foreclosures in 6 years. All Clause 14C, all preceded by a late postmark. Every house bought cheap by an LLC tracing the Voss, plus a $3,000 bonus per default. Every crime, its receipt. The next day, Voss came in on a Sunday. He'd never come Sunday. He ordered nothing, just stood at her register, close enough to smell the cologne from her haul. Auctions Tuesday, Dana. Don't do anything sad. Click, click. Harold made 2 calls, the state banking board and a county prosecutor friend. Don't spook him, he told Dana. Let him walk into Tuesday smiling. Men like Voss only fall in public. Remember that. It's the whole design. First Tuesday of the month. Courthouse Steps. A small crowd in the heat. Voss stands up front, a fresh brass key in his pocket. Then the prosecutor asks for one small thing. Dana's original page 9. 2 pages go up side by side. Hers, initialed. The bank's, retyped and bare. Then Harold's file hits the table. 31 families, 31 postmarks, 1 LLC. The archive reads his own numbers back. His tan drains away. Backdated notices are mail fraud, 1 count per envelope. Add forgery, bank fraud, conspiracy. FBI took his laptop, the state his license. His pride, that wall of 31 keys, went into evidence bags. He'd cataloged the case against himself. Then came the fine print Voss forgot to read. Staff held mortgages in-house. His loan sat on his own template, Clause 14C and all. The court froze his accounts. Autopay bounced. 1 day late. 1. The trapdoor never asked whose foot. The new officer applied the rule as written. Certified letter, gray envelope, his own font. Notice of default, $388,000 due in 30 days. No 15-day cure. Voss had deleted that clause himself. He'd filed mercy under bad for business. The jury took 4 hours, 12 years federal, restitution to 31 families. Every LLC house clawed back. The judge's line made the paper. You built a trap out of fine print, Mr. Voss. Then you filed yourself inside it. First Meridian canceled the default and paid $240,000 in damages, enough to burn the mortgage and fix the roof. Emily stayed in school. Sam's toolbox went back under the counter. Where would you have caught him? Page 9 or never? I file each answer. Harold eats free Thursdays. Every Tuesday at 2 o'clock, the corner booth sits empty. You remembered the 3rd rule, friends. Voss never did. Karma reads fine print and collects. Next in the file, a night nurse who billed the dying for medicine she pocketed. 6 years and the archive counted every dose. Subscribe. The archive never closes.